Obviously, want to just ask about the offense. This is third game in a row, hasn't been able to get going. Um, Again, what happened or didn't
Yes,
happen?
no, it's a great question, Kareem. I mean, we 3 games. Our last 3 games have looked the same. We've played great on defense, but we cannot move the ball. I mean, obviously, you can't beat anybody with 0 points. We only had 117 yards total offense. Our defense played lights out the last 3 games of the year, and we got to get better at offense. I mean, we got to figure that out in off season. We got to take a look at everything. Um, and excited about it. Xavier, obviously, he did some good things in that game. Was proud of him, and he knows he's got to take care of the ball. We got to block better, got to execute better, but we got to get better. And we'll put every effort we can into the off season to to remedy that. But you can't have 117 yards. Can't be one of 11 on third down conversion. We're normally really good on third down conversion. I mean, our defense held them to 414. That's why it's hard to, they had the ball 35 minutes, and it's hard to possess the ball if you go 1-11 on third downs. You got to convert.
Couldn't punch it in from the 2 yard line. How big of a shift in momentum was that or an opportunity for you guys to kind of get back in it, shift the momentum, and then when you don't have it, it's like Army's riding on a high because they just got a goal line stop.
It's huge, Kareem. I mean, you don't get that. There's a defensive struggle. You got to convert there. You have to convert. And again, we've over the years have been really good in the red zone. We've normally led the country in red zone scoring. But we're not a very good offense right now. And we have to look at that because we're not just down there, but we're not operating very well. We got to take a close look at our offense.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kareem.
Next question to Phil Bergman.
Coach, the positive was a strong game by the defense, only 162 total yards allowed against Army. How pleased were you in this defensive effort?
The defense played well enough for us to win, but it's been the story of the last 3 weeks. They played well enough for us to win against Memphis. They played well enough for us to beat Tulsa, and they played well enough today. And, those are, 3 back-to-back weeks that our defense played well, and we've laid an egg on offense. So we got to really do some, soul searching and looking at what we're doing, and we got to get that fixed. We definitely got to get that fixed. Coach Newberry and the defensive staff and the defensive side, really proud of them. Gave us an opportunity these last 3 games. We had a chance to win those 3 games because of the way our defense played, but you can't win scoring 7, 6, and 0 points. Obviously, we got to improve dramatically to have a chance next year.
Chris Cervello, please.
Coach, Chris Cervello from Sing Second Sports. Can you talk just a little bit more about Xavier, what you did like and what you take away from his first Army-Navy game?
Well, I thought he did some good things running the ball. Obviously had the nice run and had some other nice runs. Just encouraged by, the positive things he did. Obviously, he wasn't perfect, but neither was anybody else. But, this will only help him. This experience will only help him in the future as he comes back. But, we're excited about the future with him. But we got to help him. We got to look at what we're doing, look at how we're doing it, how we're teaching it, just everything. Because like I said, you can't score 7, 6, and 0 and have a chance to beat anybody.
Bill Wagner.
Coach, can you talk about the decision to go for it on 4th down instead of kicking the field goal? It was 3-0 at the time, so you could have tied the game. Did you just feel you needed the points because you're going to need more than 3?
Yeah, just where the ball was at. We're a rushing team. It's right there in the inches line. We just felt like we had to go for it.
It appeared that Nelson put the ball over the goal line. Did you get any clarification? Was it the whistle had blown to stop the play, or we saw him put the ball over the goal line, but replay review, they let the call stand on the field?
Yeah, I better stop there. I better not talk about any officiating stuff, so I'll just stop right there.
Can you talk about the Army's defense ability to take away the fullback? You weren't really able to get too much out of Nelson and Jamel.
Yeah, really, Wags, we've struggled the last 3 weeks on offense. So it's a major concern. Obviously it's a concern losing to your rival, not scoring any points, but we've struggled the last 3 weeks, and we've never struggled like this on offense before. And so we have to, take a really deep look at what we're doing. Like I said, how we're doing things, how we're teaching it, how we're coaching it. We've struggled the last 3 weeks. I mean, it's almost, it hurts obviously because it's Army. That it sucks to come here and lose, but the game has been a ditto of the last 3 weeks. Our last 3 weeks, the games have looked the same. We've really, really struggled mightily on offense, and our defense has just played tremendous football for us. And we got to get better on our special teams, our kicking game. We got to be able to flip the field. But the biggest concern is improving offensively.
Last 2 questions for me. What happened with Peter Nesterowitz having to leave the game and apparently went to the hospital? And then also the potential fumble recovery. I mean, do you feel like you got to fall on that ball and not try to scoop and score?
Yeah, well, we had a eye gouging. I mean, it's he had to go to the emergency room, but gouged his eye. I mean, it was fortunate he didn't lose his eye. I don't know what happened, but it looks bad. And you teach your guys in that situation, if you can scoop and score, try to scoop and score. If not, try to fall on it. If you get the right bounce, but it's kind of been our season too. It's there's bounce rights to them, and ours, we don't get a chance to get it. But you'd like to have him, obviously fall on it. But we also work on drills where we scoop and score. But it's unfortunate that we got to rely on scooping and scoring on defense because we can't score any points.
Okay, Chris, since you've already asked a question, let me go to Kareem first for his question.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I was just curious, what was the atmosphere like, obviously playing up here for the first time?
I think with the brigade here, it was awesome to see them here. It felt like Army Navy. I mean, it just, the crowd was into it. Even though it was just the midshipmen and the cadets, it was an electric atmosphere, and, having the brigade here was awesome.
Cool. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thanks, Kareem.
Tim Schwartz and then Chris Cervello to wrap it up.
Hey, Ken, it looked like emotions were a little high after the game, post-game. Just kind of tell me what happened there.
Yeah, just exactly what you said. We just got to back people up and just chill out. The game's over. Just football's an emotional game. This game's emotional. We're human. Just got to, just chill out and just relax and split people up, and it's over, guys. They won. Just move on. Go sing. Just get out of there.
I guess just talk a little bit about the offense. It wasn't good enough today.
Yeah. There were some good things. We moved the ball a little bit, but you got to be able to finish drives, and we've had a little bit of trouble doing that this season. So got the best of us today. So we knew we were going to get limited opportunities in a game like this. So we had to make the most of those opportunities on 4th and 1. Personally with myself, there's no excuse why I shouldn't have gotten in the end zone. And but there's nothing we can do about it now.
They always say it's a game of inches. You got tripped up at the 2-yard line. You're this close to scoring a touchdown there on that long run, and then you end up not coming away with any points. Can you just talk about, not being able to punch that into the end zone on your run, and then not being able to punch it into the end zone on 4 subsequent plays?
Yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, it's just unacceptable. It's a game of inches, and the ball was put in my hand to get 1 yard, and I couldn't get 1 yard. It's easy to obviously blame yourself for a lot of things, and as a competitor, that's one that'll sting until I get that opportunity again. But there's no excuse for not being able to get in the end zone as a whole unit, personally, myself, on that play.
What was it like for you being a freshman starting in the Army-Navy game? You're only the 5th freshman quarterback in Navy history to do so. Were there nerves, or did you seem to be, play pretty confident?
There are definitely nerves, but I was pretty confident in our preparation and the position that our coaches put it in. And at the end of the day, I just trusted and believed in the guys next to me. It's an honor to play in a game like this. Many people say it's more than football, and it is. It's more than football, and it's just a dream come true. But I didn't complete the dream because we didn't win the game. So it's definitely a blessing, but it's got a lot of work to do.
Phil Bergman, next question.
Xavier, following up on that question, it's a big moment for any freshman, let alone at quarterback. What did you learn about yourself from this experience tonight?
Coach Niemat says every single week it is hard to win. It is hard to win. It is hard to win. I don't know. There's a lot of life lessons through football, through your whole life. This was war today, and I felt it since the minute I arrived here. This was war. And honestly, I gained some confidence personally. But at the end of the day, I've learned that it's a game of inches, and it really is, especially in a game like this. You got to make every little play count, and you can't have any regrets.
Chris Cervello with the next question.
Hey, Xavier, Chris Cervello from Sing Second Sports. What do you work on here in the off season and going into next year? How do you get better? How do you continue to make this your offense, your team, so that you have a better outcome next season?
First, it starts off the field. You have to establish yourself as a leader, make guys believe in you. Then when you get on the field, you got to do all the little things, all the touching the lines, the jogging in the weight room, all the stuff that may sound quote unquote dumb. Those are the things that are gonna, because like in here today, it came down to one simple play, one simple drive, not the whole game, but a big play, big part in the game. So it's all the little things. Just got to be a leader. Leaders lead from the front. And just gotta make sure these guys can believe in you. But I know for one thing, I know I can speak for myself, but I can speak for everyone in this Navy program that, we're gonna come back with a chip on our shoulder, make sure this doesn't happen again.
Graham Knight up.
Graham Knight with Behind the Lines. You described this as a war out there. After you graduate in 3 more years, you're going to go on to serve America. I'm just curious and you talked about this gaining confidence. How did, what does football teach you about going into combat? Did you learn something about that today that you can take away into your Navy career later?
I think for sure, but I think football is one of the few sports where you can go into a game and you're not guaranteed to come back out. And, okay, it's rare, but it happens. And you tell guys, I put everything on the line for your brothers, and you mean it when you say that. You put your body on the line, your health at the line, for the guys next to you. And that's why this game is war.
What can you say about the offense and the inability to have any production, Nelson?
I mean, it's not really much to say. Yeah, 4 first downs the whole game. I mean, we couldn't move the ball, couldn't get in the zone. Nothing really else to say.
Can you talk about the frustration of losing Army 3 out of 4 years that you're at the academy?
I mean, yeah, it sucks. I mean, there's really nothing I can do about it now. I don't know.
Kareem Copeland, next question.
I'm just curious, what were you seeing from their defense? What were they doing defensively that was, obviously a problem?
I mean, as far as getting the ball for me, they're keeping the backers in the box, so wasn't that much room to run. Other than that, I mean, they played a 50. We were expecting that. We just couldn't move the ball.
What was the conversation at halftime?
I mean, we just went over a few plays, and then said we need to get it done. We didn't get it done.
It's obviously a tremendous effort by the defense. You really held them down. I think they finished with like 150 yards, 8 first downs. Can you just talk about the defensive performance?
Yes, sir. So this week, we always know that we didn't get the 2-week window to prepare for Army that we usually get, but we made it an emphasis that wasn't going to be an excuse or anything taken to this game. So in practice, we practiced like we never practiced before, run to the ball, emphasis on run to the ball. Diego, of course, he led that charge, and we were just thankful to battle.
Really took away the fullback. They got nothing up the middle. Basically, the quarterback was the entire offense. Can you talk about, A, taking away the fullback, but also the fact that the quarterback was able to do a little bit of damage?
Yes, sir. So also, like Coach Hall, our position coach in practice, he really honed in on the tackles and the XTs when we did a little formation called GOAT. We honed on the tackles and XTs that the fullbacks was ours the whole game, and we couldn't let that make or break us. So we put emphasis on that in practice. And as a quarterback play, yeah, I mean, he made some good plays, good reads, and we're figuring everything out, and we'll be 10 times better next year. Tell you that.
Okay, any other questions? Kareem?
Thanks. Sorry, I was trying to type that. Just quick question. I was curious, what was the vibe? What was the atmosphere on the sidelines? I mean, obviously you guys were trailing the entire way, but it wasn't like you guys were, too far behind to, if you made a couple plays and got right back into it.
Yeah. So the atmosphere on the sideline was up and down, as we know and we could see. We had to do a better job of keeping a better attitude, myself included. It's really easy to get down, but when we step back on the field, no matter what the outcome is, like we're gonna give it all right there. And no matter, we can be up, we can be down, but when you step on the field, like everybody's up, everybody's playing for the love of each other, seniors, everything. That's what drives us.
And one more, I'm just curious, was the weather have any effect for you guys? It was weird for us, but we're far away. I don't think it was as bad for you guys up close.
No, it had no effect. In Annapolis, it gets pretty cold. We thought it was going to be super cold up here and raining, but no, the weather was good. The weather was great.
Thank you.
Graham Knight with the question.
Coming. Hey, so Graham Knight with Behind the Lines. Talk to me a little bit about this.
You're muted.
Graham, you went to mute.
Hey, so Graham Knight, let's try that again. Graham Knight with Behind the Lines. Talk to me a little bit about this game and how it's different from the regular season games. How would you compare playing Army to playing Tulane or playing Tulsa, one of your other opponents?
For us, it's like the super, like around. Well, for us, I'll take that back. For us as our team, we try to treat every game as a life of its own and it's equal importance. But to everybody and to us a little bit, this is as you will, like the Super Bowl for Army and Navy, and whoever wins that obviously has bragging rights for 365, and we try our best to have those bragging rights. But yes, we came up short. But that's how it's different. It's the Super Bowl in a sense for us, but we try to keep every game equal.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. One last question. The defense had an amazing season. You guys have had, I think Coach Niumatalolo described just a game or two ago, a perfect game. As you look back on the season, any kind of final thoughts as to how the defense performed, or any way you'd like to sum that up?
Yes, sir. So yeah, I think we could always be better than we were. But yeah, I feel like after we didn't play for 28 days or so, it was like our reset focus, and we made that a point of the next time we get on the field that there's a fresh start, there's a new season in a sense, and we were just going to come out firing on all cylinders.